guys, and welcome. I was guided to come on and share some messages today, and first and foremost, encourage everyone to really step into creation. So, for a long time, it's been rather intense energetically, lots of shifts, a lot of energy coming in, both from the inner earth and from the cosmos, and we are rising our frequency. We are processing more information in a shorter amount of time, so it feels like time is just almost non-existent at times. And there is now, as we have been feeling for a bit, but what I've been receiving is that now things will play out in the physical in more areas of the world pretty soon than what it currently is. Now, there are a lot of messages about, out there that you can find about what this might be, how it might look, what, everything to be aware of, to be cautious about, a lot of narratives of what is going on and what might happen, might not happen. And the most important thing in the time coming, as I've said before as well, is to trust you, is to listen within and not give your power away. Because when we are giving our power away into distractions or into self-doubt, for example, that's a big one. That's a huge distraction, because when there's something that make us doubt ourselves, we are immediately giving our power away to it, and we start doubting, and it's just like a never-ending spiral if we let it continue. There are so many belief systems around, for example, self-doubt. And if we are aware of where we are giving our power away, what types of reoccurring thoughts, emotions, what type of situations, if we feel, shamed, or, all these kind of things that can trigger that self-doubt, it will just bring you more and more into that sort of a rabbit hole, actually. And if we can see when this happens, we can catch it at once when it starts, when we start in training with those thoughts, or we feel that emotion that we've been feeling and we know where that sort of takes us, to have the awareness to start practicing self-love instead, to take our power back and really become aware of, throughout your days, when do I give my power away? What types of situations am I feeling powerless to? What am I doing throughout my day? Like, in which things do I feel that I'm becoming more powerless or giving my power away in some sense? And start bringing your focus back. When you're distracting yourself, whether that's conscious or unconscious, whether it's, social media, whether it is just binge watching, whatever it is, whether it is, substances, whether it is just doing things constantly and not being able to sit quietly, no matter what it is, and especially, also these distractions that we will see more of, that we will collectively be invited into a certain focus, a certain area of focus, and then we might get surprises from another angle. So always being in your center, and not, even though you can have awareness about what is going on, being alert, it's very important, because there's many things that can play out, and it will look different in different parts of the world. So being aware, I'm not talking about bypassing, pretending nothing is happening or anything like this, but I'm saying that it's very important to be aware of where you have your focus, because where you put your focus, that's where your energy goes. And instead of giving all your energy out to these external things that will happen, or into all the narratives of what might happen or might not happen, and because if we do that, that can feel into where it's coming from. As I've been talking about in one of the last videos, be aware of what energy something comes from. That's really important. So if this comes from a fight or flight mode in your body, that's what you go into. In that space, you are not able to connect into your intuition fully. You're not able to really stay in your body and feel and breathe and get that state from where you will get your own guidance, where you will feel what is the right thing to do in any moment for you. The more we can be pulled off of our center, the more we go into distractions, the more we try to get some sort of a control over things. Because we try to control things in order to stay safe. Because if I have a certain control over what's going on around me, what people around me are doing, how people are reacting, how I am behaving, whatever, I can feel safe, then I can predict what's happening. That's a very normal thing to do, or dynamic to have going on. Over the last week especially, maybe I will say all since beginning of July, but especially now it's even more so, like where you try to have that control, like let go of that control. Because it is just a matter of trying to stay safe, because we're in fight and flight. Letting go, and really, I feel this last week has been really like stripping away things that needs to be stripped away, things that are not in alignment for our highest good or with our soul's purpose. Those aspects in our lives are being stripped away, and that is for our highest good. It really is. But it affects identity. If we're attached to something, I am this thing, or I am like this, or I've always been like this, and these things are coming off. Routines, codependency patterns, like all of these things where we have things left of this, it's really being highlighted now. And we're being asked to really just let go of it. Just let go, let go, let go. Keep focusing on having the awareness of what's coming up in the moment and staying present is the best way to deal with this. And it's the best way to deal with anything. Also, the weeks and months ahead. Bring it a bit back to that self-doubt that I talked about. If we go into those patterns as well, even though that's something external, it might be triggered by something external, but it's really something which it has to do with our own beliefs. Whether that comes from some type of external programming, some type of a trauma, no matter where it comes from, it's about shifting those beliefs and coming into our power. And the more the things that we are not benefiting from pouring our energy into is being stripped away, so that we have more energy to put into what we want to create, because that's what's so important. And it's so easy now to go into distractions, dive into all these types of narratives, doubt yourself, then you're out of the trust in yourself, not knowing what choices to make, all these, like getting in that type of a feeling. It's all about coming back to your own power, all about coming back to the present moment, because then imagine all that energy you're bringing back from all these other external things happening and you bring this energy back, yes, you are going to feel what's going on in your body. Yes, you are going to feel what is no longer resonating, and yes, you will have to take action on those things. But you also have all this energy to put into something. You have all this energy to create. If you then use your emotions, giving your body the experience of what you want to move forward into, what you want to create, what world you want to live in, how do you want your life to be, and you have a clear thought about it, and you just put your energy into that instead of out in all these other directions, can you see how powerful you are? How incredibly powerful you are when you do that? Imagine all that energy that you're pouring out in all these things that are only distractions or are no longer really serving you, even though it might have been at some point, and you put all that energy into what you want to create. That is why you are so easily now receiving the invitation. It's a bit unsure of how to formulate this, to go into a distraction, because then you are less powerful. The more your energy is off the track that you wanted to go to, the more energy you have, you're feeding something else that you don't really want, and you keep focusing on that, the more whatever is inviting you in that direction have the control over your energy. Do you see that? So if you bring that awareness back, you bring your energy back, you bring your focus to where you want to go, that's how we create a shift. And that's how we speed things up. And then, even though things are and may be, difficult or challenging on all of this, we feel it when it's going through the body. We allow it. We don't bypass it. We don't suppress it. We don't pretend like things is not happening. But we choose. We have the choice to come back, to actually feel it through, and to then bring ourselves into emotions of joy, of laughter, creating, just holding those emotions, because that's what we create with. The more you'll resonate with doubt or with guilt, for example, it is much easier to control you or distract you or invite you to not go into those higher emotions. Because if you have a lot of guilt, for example, that you're holding in your field, that consciousness, it's only a consciousness, it's only a frequency. If you have something resonating with that, it's easier to feel that you're not allowed to feel joy if others are in suffering, or if you are in a challenging situation, that I shouldn't feel joy, I shouldn't be laughing because I don't have a reason to laugh. You always allowed to have these high emotions, and it is what you will create with. So I've been told several times today to really encourage everyone to let themselves have these emotions. Let yourself have breaks from whatever is going on in your life, and let yourself have that, have the silence if you need it. Go to nature, let your body and your frequency, your energy, and train with the frequency in nature. It's absolutely incredible now. Water, your body holds really a lot of water, as we know. So talking with your body, connecting with the water in the body, and being in water, working with the element of water can be really helpful. Nurture yourself, soothe your body, and be aware of where you put your attention, where you have your awareness. what you're thinking of, because that's where you direct your energy. And remember that we're all learning and growing. The more we focus on what others are doing right or wrong, or shaming people, or all these types of things, or doing things out of anger, like just a reaction in that anger, we are only meeting it on the same consciousness, and we're only perpetuating the same. So having that awareness of what energy something comes from. And they always show me the growth and the sort of the rising in frequency as an expansion, because it's so easy that we see this as stairs, and I probably shared this example before, but as their staircase, and it's some are higher than and some are lower than, some have come further up and some are at a lower point, and that type of ways to see it really only perpetuates an idea of some being better than and some being worse than. And if you're putting people up on pedestals, we are using our energy to get them up on the pedestal. We are all worthy. We are all there are no better or worse than. So seeing it like they are always showing me, because if you think of it as the staircase, it's easy to think that, oh my goodness, this person is so much higher up than me, and knows so much more than me, and have all these things going on, or understandings, or whatever it might be. I will never be there. How am I ever going to reach that point? Or we only see it as sort of an end point, or we make it to put ourselves down. Or it can be the other way, that we see someone that are further down the stairs and we shame them, like, haven't you got this yet? Are you what are you thinking? Don't you understand anything? That type of, that's shaming. And it's a really low consciousness, a really dense consciousness. So no matter which direction it's going, it's not helpful at all. So I'm always being shown this as an expansion, and that you can imagine like just a circle of a field, that we're just expanding more, we're just containing more, just a pure expansion. And it's not anyone that is higher than or lower than in a hierarchy. It's just an expansion. And the more you expand, the more you are also sort of activating. When you are really in your body and you're really speaking your truth, you are making your free choices. You are being in your body instead of just running out to everything external happening. Then you are really starting to work with both your energy, your spirit in the body and the physical body, and you will start emitting more of this light. And this emitting this light out is helping to activate others. It's by being you, by letting yourself grow without shaming yourself for doing a mistake and putting yourself down, just continue to grow and learn from things. You are shining so much more of your light, and that is only beneficial for those around you as well. But if we only look at it as a race, sort of in a staircase, we are much more easily stuck in a perception of it, of people being better than or worse than, which won't help us at all. I hope this is helpful. Remember that you are powerful to create. Stay in your body, stay present, because that's when you can be fully aware and alert to whatever is going on, to your own guidance, to how to respond, how to move, what to do at any given moment. And don't give away the power that you hold, because you can create with this power. And that is a choice that you have. I hope this is helpful. Please share if you know others that can have help from it, or it resonates with you. I love reading your comments always. Thank you so much for engaging with or in the comment section. I love reading your comments and hearing what's going on with you and how you're experiencing things. I'm sending you all so much love. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.